That's right, gamers. It's another demo video. Let's see what it's this time. Oh, there it is. Let's demo King's Raid. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is a game that a friend of mine actually advised that I check out. He thought it'd be a really good thing for me to try as far as mobile RPGs. And I'm thankful. So thank you, my friend, for turning me on to this game. I don't play it as often as I'd like because this is kind of one of those games where, as much as I love it, I just don't have time to play it. If I were at the situation where I never had to work again, then yes, I would probably play this game, maybe 3 or 4 days a week. Like, this is that kind of game that I actually do like. To kind of give you a basic idea of what I like about it, the music was the first thing that turned me on to this game. And then, other than the music, well, no, let's go on the music first, because that's actually important. I am a big critic when it comes to video games, music, video game soundtracks, things of that nature. And if a game can turn me on with this music, you've pretty much suckered me in. Even if I don't load this game very often, I'm probably not going to remove it just because I like the music. So I'll be playing the game, if for nothing else, just to hear like the sounds and everything. So I will still be playing this game, just not as often. But let's actually see what this game is about. So, this is, of course, your average mobile RPG where, you have the heroes that you get to collect. You got to get them to X amount of stars, get them to a certain level. Yeah, you know the drill. You RPG players kind of get the drift, right? Of course, they're going to have a bunch of screenshots, here, buy this, buy that. You can do this and do that. But this game is so much fun. Again, I mean, the music was the first thing that got my attention, which is a big deal because that's not something I say a lot of when it comes to these kind of games. But let's see what this game has to offer. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do the arena. Well, we'll start off with a little bit of action. I haven't actually played this game in probably a month, so you'll have to excuse me. Okay, so basically I can buy items. I think I can actually participate in the arena, right? Select arena. We're just gonna do the regular, basic stuff. And apparently this game does have a scenario where you can stream, so it has its own software where you can stream within the game. Which I guess is becoming a thing. I also noticed that in Arena of Valor, where they actually had a thing where you could stream as well. I'm not a streamer, at least as of yet. But if I ever get to the point where I have time to do things like that, then who knows? Something in the future. But let's say we're ready to duel. It's time to duel, ladies and gentlemen. I just have the basic 4 heroes, nothing special. Again, I haven't really played the game a whole lot, but from what I have played, it is pretty legit. But yeah, we're gonna see a little bit of combat. Why not? I'm sure this is probably a new season, so no records yet. But let's see how my team does. Against Nirawai Draco. Or Jacoe, I don't know. So I'm on the left side, if I'm not mistaken. Now in this game, I can actually control what happens in the arena, which is interesting because typically you don't get to control what happens. So the top left is my health bar, the top right is my enemy's health bar. As you can tell, I'm kicking their butts. I'm letting it play on auto because I don't really need to apparently control nothing. So that's pretty cool. Let's go to the next one. We'll go to retry and see if we can find another opponent. Again, I'm a beginner. I'm probably playing against other beginners, so it's gonna look like I'm doing really, really good. But no, this is just, again, bare bones basic stuff. This is the kind of stuff I do on Seven Nights, or doing arena type stuff. The graphics are actually really good. As far as like the movement of each character, the moves that they do are semi-flashy, and you know me, I'm all about that flashy stuff. Every time they do one of their special moves, you know, it kind of zooms in on them, so that's kind of interesting. And yes, once again, we've won. Let's go ahead and do another fight, see what happens here. Now, the game does have a little bit of a story, so once I'm done, you know, fighting a few matches, we'll do a little bit of story and kind of see where I'm at on the story and what can we do. The story seems interesting from what I've played of it so far. So, I mean, if you're looking for a game with a decent story, you know, this could be a good try for you. Did I mention I like the music in this game? Nice. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and exit. I think you've seen me show off my heroes enough for one moment. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the actual story of the game and kind of get a glimpse of, you know, what to expect. So let me get out of Arita. Now I'm a little bit off practice. Again, I haven't played this game in a little while just because of lack of time. But this is definitely a game that you should invest your time in if you're into mobile RPG. This is a good game. So, you know, I just kind of want to put that out there. I just need to figure out exactly how I actually get to the actual story. I think you actually have to make your hero move around by selecting different things. Okay, there's an arrow here, so we'll just go to the arrow. And go to chapter. There we go. Now, I'm not going to show you everything the game has to offer. Keep in mind, this is just a demo. I've just got to remember exactly where I am. See, I think I've done a lot of this stuff already, so I'll go where the flashing arrow is telling me to go. Go to the next chapter. Alright. And of course the music changes depending on what map you're on. A nice little touch. So let's see. Apparently I've done all this already, so we'll go to the next chapter. Apparently I've played more of this game than I realize. Very interesting. On a side note, I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV online now. This is something I thought you guys might want to be interested in knowing. I'm probably not, again, I'm not a streamer, but I will definitely be playing that game for quite a while. If y'all have any tips on that, let me know in the comments. Just kind of a random thought while I actually figure out where I am. So I'm guessing I'm where I don't have any stars, so maybe here? Of course, it has to do with walking scenario, but yeah, let's see what this level has to offer. Prepare for battle. And then it tells you basically what you're fighting. So if you tap on it, it tells you, you know, its information. But I'm just going to go to ready for battle. Here are my 4 heroes that I have. I haven't invested in this game yet. One day in the future, though, I actually do like the game. There is some dialogue as far as you being able to hear them, and there is some reading. It's a bit of a mix. Alright, so this isn't much of a story dialogue quite yet. But again, I kind of like the music here. It's kind of cool. Of course, you probably can't hear it as well right now, but if you play the game, you'll understand. It always tells you the name of the boss you're kind of fighting for each level. And I have it on auto. You can take the auto off and control it yourself, but I'm lazy. I've become a lazy gamer these days. So 3 stars, you know, really nice. You get loot obviously after each battle, which you would expect. Alright, so we're gonna exit. I was gonna go to the next battle, but apparently that wasn't the where I was supposed to go. Whoops. I guess that's why there wasn't any story, so let's see if I can figure out where exactly I'm supposed to go. Again, I haven't played in a while, so I'm not 100% sure really where I am. Apparently that was an optional fight. Oh, here I am. Okay, so apparently it's going to be in red. It's very obvious where you're supposed to go. Got you. Alright, well then let's go here. Again, this will tell you a preview of what you're fighting. You select the heroes you want. And of course, it always shows off whatever heroes you could potentially earn by purchasing, items in the game to let you to summon heroes. Pretty solid game, though. I'm really digging it. I'm always about that over dramatic, cutscenes and people announcing all of their moves. I'm all about the over dramatization. And they always zoom in on the boss, so you know what you're going up against. And it's just cool that they do that. Like, I am your next opponent. Of course, the meter on the top of the screen shows you what their health is. So yes, victory. Woohoo! Oh, and a level up. What you know about that? There we go. Got my loot. Now you can click on next battle, and it'll take you to the next part of the story. Advertising yet another hero that I can have. Now, I'm sure there are other people out there that could probably give you advanced tips and stuff on this game. I mean, everybody seems to make YouTube videos nowadays. So if you want to get tips and tricks, I don't really have anyone to, necessarily take you to because I haven't watched anyone's videos yet. Because I'm kind of learning this game on my own. Hey, I got a fifth person. Nice. So in the story, sometimes they give you a fifth person depending on what's happening in the story. You don't really control them. They kind of do their own movements, but it's pretty cool that it does that, though. You have, like, guests, if you will. It's always good when a game can incorporate that in their story in combat. It's like they give you a preview of, what the hero can do. The giant grass worm. So when it gives you guests, that'll show up to battle with you, those are people that you can actually use if you were to buy them, so to speak. So you at least get an idea of what they're like, and if you think they're cool, you'll push to get them. I like how they do that. I think this is a good thing that a mobile RPG should do. Is kind of give you a preview of what certain other heroes could be like. So we're gonna exit because I think this is probably gonna be a cutscene or something. I think it's mostly just text that you have to read. I don't think there's a whole lot of actual talking. Yeah, so basically it's not actually people. You don't hear what they're saying. You have to just read the dialogue. So now I'm not a voice actor, so don't expect me to go through the motions here. It ain't happening. I don't get paid to do anime voices, although I would if they hired me. Alright, and then we'll go and go to the next chapter and see what happens. I kind of wish that you could actually hear them talk. Like, I understand that reading's a thing, and then of course it would cost more money to hire people to do dialogue, but I would love to just have voice acting in my mobile RPG. That's really the only thing that, uh-oh, my gear is full apparently. Alright, so apparently this is an issue where sometimes you'll have too much gear. Obviously, I don't always... I'm just gonna grind all. There we go. Did it work? Oh, I guess I should select more stuff? Am I doing it right? Or should I just sell them? Yeah, we're just gonna sell some of the 1-star stuff. Or I can do sell all. And get rid of the commons. No? Oh, okay, so apparently I don't have any common stuff to sell. Okay, I see the issue here. I had to get rid of something that's actually good. But whatever. We're just gonna sell the ones I selected. There we go. I mean, they're 1-star stuff, so I mean, I don't see why not. Whoops. But anyway, let's get out of here and do the next part of the story. So that creature that you saw talking on the right side earlier, that was the one that was the guest in the fight that I was in last. And sometimes, depending on what's going on in the story, you're going to get that from time to time. Now, what's interesting about the combat in this game is sometimes, you know, certain people have the ability to get behind the units, which is different than what I see in other RPGs. A lot of times everybody kind of stays in their zone, stays in their lane. In this game, they kind of incorporate a more tactical approach to where certain abilities will only hit a certain range. Some people can get behind the units. There's just interesting different things that can happen against a wild horde boar. I didn't even read it because I was busy talking. I was trying to be dramatic and kind of failed. It's okay, I'll get over it. And of course, you got that dramatic finish where they kind of stop and slowly just die, sort of. Pretty cool, right? I think so. Get that loot, son. Alright, well, we're pretty much done with that. I mean, I think this is kind of a good enough preview of what this game is like. I'm not going to spoil everything. Because basically, I kind of want to enjoy the game on my own, too, as far as story and all. But, yeah, this is Kingsraid, everybody. Mobile RPG, good music, good combat, really innovative things. You can kind of preview heroes depending on where you're at in the story to see if they're good. Just all kinds of goodness. There's a lot more to the game, but you'll have to play it to find out. I do recommend if you like mobile RPGs or if you're just an RPGer in general, it's a good game to at least try. And I will be playing as often as I can. This is not going to be one of those games I'm going to be basically getting rid of anytime soon. I'm going to keep this game on my list for quite a while, and we'll see what happens in the future. Until next time, you guys, take it easy. Keep gaming.